How's it going, everyone? So last week I played my round 9 game for OU Spring Seasonal, and I'm gonna show you the replays here tonight. As you can see, this is game 1. My opponent is Mendelsoft, and they brought this Skarmory Clefable, like basically boot spam hazard stack team in a bulky balance kind of fashion. And I brought this AV Hoopa team. I really like this, one of my favorite teams, right? And it has a better matchup sort of, because hazard stack, I don't really care about it. I have Cinderace, so I can let them set all the hazards if they want to and then code change them back. I have knockoff users, 2 knockoff users to knock their boots off of their Pokemon, so I had a really good matchup. And looking at leads, I decided that I would simply lead with Goldengo because it's faster than Dragapult. Can get me a instant KO if they decided to lead with that and stay in, and basically allows me to like trick anything other than Gliscor, because that thing is just gonna get click protect. But other than that, it has had a great matchup against everything. It can trick, it can knock things out, it's faster than everything. So yeah, I decided to lead with Goldengo. They decided to lead with Gliscor, which was sort of expected because nothing else would want to lead against Goldengo, right? And Gliscor is like one of the safest leads in the meta, especially in a like a bulky team like that one. So yeah, they decided to lead Gliscor, and I figured that they are always going to click protect. They wouldn't want to risk a trick on Goldengo. So I instantly went into my Gliscor to get my Toxic Orb activated simultaneously. Then I don't have to worry about like switching in on a knockoff or any other thing and lose my Toxic Orb. I felt like this was a really safe play because I don't think my opponent would have ever clicked knockoff or tried to over predict basically. Anyways, both Gliscor get their Toxic Orb activated. I am SD Gliscor, so I instantly click that SD and just click knockoff, get rid of the Rocky Helmet that this Skarmory has. And now this Skarmory clicks Iron Defense, which I don't know why. I mean, they could have got hazards up, but I guess they didn't want to with Cinderace. Either way, I just switch out to Goldengo because it's super free and allows me to get a trick off on something. I instantly click trick, they go Gliscor, I catch it off guard, and this is so good actually because Gliscor being choice card is amazing. It could be a million sets, it could have hazard like Stealth Rock. Skarmory has spikes, so wouldn't be spikes, but it could have knockoff, it could have Toxic Protect, Sub Toxic Protect, I've even seen that. It could be ST, so just crippling that and locking it into one move is just so good of a momentum for my team. So yeah, this was a great turn. And now I instantly went Gliscor because they cannot do anything to it, cannot knock its I mean, they can knock its item off, but it doesn't matter at this point. And I get a free SD, and I again instantly click knock the Skeletor's heavy duty boots off. As I said, I can code change the spikes away on their side, and then getting rid of boots from mons like Skeletor is gonna be helpful a lot. And Skeletor is like the only threat for my team. The only threat. I don't care about these 6 or 5 Pokemon. I'm gonna win against them every single time if I have this team. Problem, Skeletor. I cannot set up with Gliscor, which is my dedicated sweeper. I cannot set up with the Zamazenta, right? Because it's just gonna get completely blocked. Cinderace doesn't do anything to Skeletor. Alomomola, it can't really do anything, and has no way of stopping Skeletor from setting up. Besides, it dies to Will-O-Wisp Hex. And then Goldengo was a good matchup. Like, it can deal a lot of damage from if like they're below 50, but still, you know, it would die to a Taunt Song or any fire type move. So my best option was Hoopa. That is also vulnerable to Will-O-Wisp. So yeah, this Skeletor is a big threat, and I had to play around it as much as possible. First step, getting rid of its item, that I did. Next thing, I instantly went Hoopa, because even if they click Will-O-Wisp and get me burnt, okay, I protected once just to get the healing. And so I was saying I went Hoopa because even if they burn me, I have Psychic Knife, so it's not gonna matter that much. All I wanna click is Psychic Knife to prevent healing from all these bulky Pokemon, so I can chip them down and clean with like a Gliscor or a Goldengo late game, or even Zamazenta late game. So yeah, I didn't care about the burn. Fortunately, they didn't go for it, and I get a free Psychic Knife here. Wouldn't wanna click Knock Off because Gliscor has Scarf. I don't wanna knock it off. I here once again get a free Gliscor. They click Knock again. I don't remember what I did here because I said as I said, I played this last week, so let's see. If was a facade just to chip the Skeletor's down, it forces the Skeletor's to click Slack Off, which is a good play because now I can potentially get a free Hoopa unless my opponent predicts, which they weren't doing since the start of the game. I mean, 14 rounds they didn't predict, so I didn't feel pressured by doing this play. Like, I was free to do this play. I didn't feel like they would click Will-O-Wisp here. So yeah, now Hoopa comes back in. I click Psychic Noise again. As I said, cannot knock this Gliscor off. Don't want to get rid of the Scarf. I go Aloe just to heal my Hoopa back. I'll just click Wish instantly. They go Clefable, and now this was a bad play by me because I didn't heal my Hoopa. Instead, I went Goldengo instantly, which was a bad play because Goldengo was at max health. It didn't need the healing. And if I went Hoopa, I get the Wish off. You know, it's a 62. It probably takes like 12 and 12 from Spike. So, you know, 24. So it got some health back, right? And I can always just go Goldengo on this Clef because it cannot do anything to me. Right, all it does, it knocks my Toxicarp off, which doesn't matter. If it has knockoff, it cannot Thunder Wave me. They are Stealth Rock, so I would assume that they won't be set up Clefable with Calm Mind or anything like that. So yeah, Goldengo was a free switch, so I could have easily healed my Hoopa and then switched out to Goldengo and be in the same position that I am right now. So that was a bad play. Not like a bad play, but I just didn't notice. I could have got much more out of that one turn than I did, right? So yeah, anyways, moving on. My Goldengo gets to max health. I click Trick again because I wanted to give this Toxicarp to something like you know, anything, and get boots back. Basically, I wanted to get boots in case they go like a Slowking, or to just take the Make It Rain and then switch out, right? But unfortunately, they did predict now and go Gliscor, or they were like maybe just sacking it at this point because they felt like it might not do anything, right? Because it's just Scarf. So yeah, it ended up working out, and I tricked this Gliscor, took my Scarf back and gave it Toxicarp. Now that's a bad situation for me because I was in a really good position once this Gliscor was locked to into a one move, but now I have to do something about this blunder that I just did. So I had to just stay in and click Trick again. They did click Protect. I had to risk this because I made this play, right? I gave the took the Choice Scarf back, let them basically read me. So now I had to risk it, even if that means they click Earthquake, and they wouldn't knock me out, but that would do a lot and may put me in Hazard Rage unless I get a code change off. But yeah, that's why I felt like I had to make this play. I clicked Trick again, as you can see, and they switched out to Slowking. So yeah, it ended up working out. It was a risky play, but I felt at that moment I felt like I had to do it, and now I have the perfect item that I wanted all along. That's Heavy Duty Boots. Slowking has Scarf. Perfect scenario. I can easily just go Aloe, Gliscor, whatever. I went Aloe here, and now they go probably Gliscor. Okay, back to Gliscor because it is not logged in anymore. Knock my Rocky Helmet off, which doesn't really matter. I click Wish. I will flip turn here, but they will protect, unfortunately. I get the healing, and now I think I may have made a little bit of bad play that I didn't heal and just flip turned out, but I guess I could have wished, and I don't know, that I guess that was a fine play. It's not that bad because all I need to heal at this point is Hoopa, and Hoopa wouldn't be a good switch-in against this Gliscor right anyway, so I think that was a fine flip turn. I brought Cinderace in because I really wanted to get rid of these hazards. They were hurting Hoopa, they were hurting Aloe and Gliscor coming in again and again, so I had to just go for that. Unfortunately, they got either the highest roll or they were attack invested, because Cinderace after Tera normal doesn't die to a +2 EQ from a standard careful / impish Gliscor. So yeah, unfortunately they probably got the highest roll. I think it's like 88 to 102% roll, so it could be possible that they got the highest roll, or they may be attack invested. You never know. Either way, my Cinderace died, which was unfortunate, but not the end of the game, because if you look at Cinderace, it is good, but it's not necessary for me to win, because it will always get blocked by Skeledirge anyways. So yeah, I get the hazards on their side. Gliscor is free because I know that their Gliscor doesn't have Facade, but mine does. As you can see, I showed them, so it is going to be able to 1v1 it if we were going to like do a setup war. So yeah, they switched out. I clicked SD, and now here I knew that this Clefable is Sticky Barb. They instantly went into it, they knocked my Toxicarp off, so I just knew that this Clefable is Sticky Barb. It didn't have leftovers recovery, and I don't think it's any other item, right? I didn't think that it was Boots and Aware, no. So I knew this Clefable is Sticky Barb. That's why, even though they have a Skeledirge that they can freely go into and not take any damage, I just kept clicking SD because I didn't want to take the Sticky Barb. I just kept clicking SD, hoping that they would switch out, take hazard damage on the Skeledirge, and I can once again just go Hoopa. I clicked SD again. Fortunately, they didn't switch out, got rocks up. Now at this point, they either go Skeledirge or the Clefable dies. I mean, if the Clefable dies, I don't mind taking Sticky Barb, right? I will take it any day if this Clefable is dead. So I just clicked Facade. They decided to stay in and sack their Clefable, which was amazing for me, because now I have one less mon to worry about, one less Pokemon that can like and potentially like Tera and be annoying, which was amazing. They had a free Skeledirge there anyways, but they decided to sack him on, so I think that was a great position for me. Now they go Skeledirge, take hazard, they have no other choice, and I will get, okay, I didn't get any damage off. I thought I might have gotten damage off, but it's fine. I go Alomomola, they click what, Slack off, thinking that I would attack. Now I Will-O-Wisp, get a Wish off. I don't die to hack, so I flip turn or even toss song. I get a free flip turn into Hoopa right now, and now my Hoopa is max to back health, or back to max health. I should just said max to back health, my bad. But yeah, back to max health, and now I can freely click knockoff, because even if they go Slowking, it's gonna die. So I don't care if they go Slowking, try to get rid of Choice-Scarf, it's just gonna get knocked out, which they did. So Slowking is dead, and they don't really have any switch-ins. They decide to go they do have switch-ins. They decide to go Dragapult. It is a Boots variant with U-turn, right? So I didn't want to take Chip on Hoopa, because that means I die to hazards next turn, because my Cinderace is dead. I cannot get rid of the rocks, and even if Cinderace was alive, I couldn't have, because I already code changed on their side, right? So yeah, I just went Goldengo, because if it's Boots, it's probably like a Will-O-Wisp / T-Wave or Hex and Dragon Darts. That means my Goldengo doesn't take anything from it. Hex wouldn't 2-hit KO me, and Dragon Darts wouldn't do anything. They cannot add a status to this Goldengo or give a status to this Goldengo. So yeah, this felt like a free Goldengo. They click U-turn. They had to go Skeledirge, because that's the only thing that will potentially take it. I go Hoopa again, because it was free. Here they did have a funny internet sequence where they disconnected and reconnected a million times. And that was funny, but yeah, they came back eventually. Skeletons clicked slack off, which was weird because they could have easily gotten an attack off. But yeah, I just go for knock off again because it does more damage than Psychic Knives, and now I can click Psychic Knives and prevent them from clicking slack off again. They go Skarmory though, so I do get some chip off on Skarmory, and this cannot heal. Now here, I think I choked in some way. It doesn't mean that I would lose the game right away, but it was a choke because my Hoopa was at 70%. I should have kept it at that percent, as I had a free Goldengo, and remember, they didn't heal their Skeleturge, and their Gliscor cannot knock Goldengo out in a single hit. Potentially, I still had Tera in the back, which I could do if I really want to get rid of Gliscor or survive an Earthquake, right? And Dragapult can't knock Oko me either. So I had a free Goldengo. Skarmory just gets blocked. It is the mono body press variant, and I have Brute, so I don't take hazard damage. I go Goldengo, I click Shadow Ball. If they go Skeleturge, it will get 2-hit KO'd after hazard damage. If they go Gliscor, it might be in range of Make It Rain, so they will have to click Protect, and I can play around it. If they go Dragapult, they cannot take a Shadow Ball, right? So yeah, and they would have had to suck Skarmory, and I would have kept Hoopa's health at 70%. So that was a bad play by me, trying to knock Skarmory out using Hoopa, because look at my Hoopa now, it's at 40%. It's gonna lose 24 just coming in on these hazards next turn, so it's gonna be useless at this point, and that was a bad play. They go Dragapult, I go Zama, because at this point I don't need Zama, and it's useless because Skeleturge will always block it. So yeah, I just went Zama, tried to get some chip off on this Dragapult. They click Will-O-Wisp, so I get a Crunch off, and then I clicked I think Crunch again or Body Press, it doesn't matter at this point. They click U-turn and go Skeleturge, take those hazards. I clicked Crunch again, which is fine. I can go Hoopa, but I decided to go Alo. I could have gone Hoopa because Star Song wasn't knocking me out from the range I was, but I guess I felt like I will be able to heal my Hoopa with this Alo, but unfortunately I was wrong, because this was burned. It was gonna take a million from this Hex that was coming in. They even clicked the Toss Song, predicting my wish. So yeah, was a bad play. I was forced to click Protect if I want to save Alo, and then I had to just flip that out at this point, and my Alo was at 6%, and my Hoopa was at the same amount of health that it would have been if I just instantly switched out into it, right? So yeah, that was a bad play. Hoopa comes in, does get a Psychic Knives off, deals a lot of damage. I do survive the Star Song, so I can go for Psychic Knives again. They let me get that on the Skeletor, which is huge, because now Goldengo can just clean this game. Can come in. Hoopa, I don't need it, I sack it. I go Goldengo, and it's a free Shadow Ball ever. They had to sack Skeletor. Now they go Gliscor. I stayed in, and I just clicked Shadow Ball because I knew this Gliscor wouldn't knock me out, and if I really needed to, I had Tera in the back. I just Shadow Ball. It does a lot, puts them in Make It Rain range, but still Spadef drop I guess matters, but it wouldn't have lost me the game. I think at this point I still win the game regardless of the Spadef drop or not. So yeah, I just clicked Make It Rain again. They click Protect, not again, just Shadow Ball, and then I click Make It Rain because of this Spadef drop. The 75% is in range. Gliscor dies, and Dragapult can't really knock me out in a single hit, though I did switch out just to get rid of that special attack drop that I had and sack the Alo and bring Goldengo in Tera just to avoid a crit or anything like that, and knock the Dragapult out. So yeah, that was game 1. I had a better matchup. I played it decently well, did make a couple of bad plays here and there in the heat of the moment, but overall I didn't make any mistake that was detrimental and would cost me the game. So yeah, pretty good game. Let's move on to game 2. So yeah, this is game 2. And they brought a Sun team. I brought this eject pack Deoxys offense team, right? And my first reaction was, damn, I lost. It was because Sun is a sort of a bad matchup for this unless I make huge predicts and kind of catch them off guard. But overall it was a little bit in their favor because they have mons that can literally obliterate every Pokemon in my team by just clicking a single move. So I had to play very carefully just to avoid getting knocked out every single turn. So yeah, I did decide to lead with Deoxys because it allows me to knock Tarko's Heat Rock off and even Hadrian's eject button off. Basically knock any item off, and it is also my stealth rock setter for the team. Hadrian comes in, I click knock, get rid of the eject button, and now I switch to Guard because it cannot nuzzle me, which it might try to do, but they click Psychic Noise. Maybe they predicted that, maybe they didn't, I don't know, but that was a really good play by their side because I don't get any healing. I did click Stealth Rock though, not Stealth Rock, I mean Salt Cure, because this doesn't have Stealth Rock. Salt Cure on the Tusk to try to chip it down. I went my own Tusk. It is sort of a defensive Tusk. It's max speed, max HP, get the speed booster, and because I'm faster, I can deal a decent chunk of damage, which I did using Headlong Rush, but it's fine. You know, in offensive team like this, you can't really do much. They switched out using eject pack, and now I didn't have switch-in, so I had to sacrifice Tusk just to see what they were clicking. Now I assumed that they were specs at this point, because if they were not specs and they were able to switch moves, I would have instantly lost anyway. So I assumed they're specs and decided to go Dragonite. I could have also gone Garg, but problem with Garg is that it brings Hatterene out and that prevents it from healing, so I wouldn't have been able to set up Curse and sweep. It can sweep with Tera Poison. If I get 2 curses, I would just win, but not when Hatterene can just prevent me from healing. So yeah, that's why I decided Dragonite is the best play. It can click that E-Speed, put it in, deal a lot of damage basically. They did decide to break my multi-scale and then go Great Tusk, so I take it, click E-Speed again, take the Great Tusk, and now they have to go Tarkol again. So I went Garg at this point because it's pretty free. They get walks up, which is bad but not the end of the world. I can always just click Salt Cure, and now Hatterene was unfortunately faster than this Garg, so I had no choice but to click Curse here just to, you know, get some more damage on this Hatterene when they are trying to prevent my healing. It also stalls Sun turns out, so that was good. I click Salt Cure, Hatterene dies next turn, puts me like in range of every move from my opponent's team, but it's fine. I had to do what I had to do. I stayed in here, sacked the Garg, and now at this point, look at my 4 mons and look at King Gambit. I don't have switches. Even my multi-scale of Dragonite is broken, and rocks were up anyway, so it would have been broken regardless, right? So I didn't have any Pokemon that I can safely go into and potentially prevent this King Gambit from knocking them out. So I had to do something that was in some way very funny, and that is that I went Deoxys, tried to bluff that I am Tera fighting superpower or Focus Blast. Yeah, basically I tried to bluff as much as possible that I am going to Tera fighting on this King Gambit. So switch out, do not stay in. And fortunately it worked, not in the way I expected it to, because they Tera Fairy'd on me. I mean, I did bait the Tera and saved the Deoxys because I have eject back on this, so I clicked superpower, ejected out. Now I had to sack something. I decided to sack Ogerpon because it wasn't gonna win me the game. I needed the Scarf Goldengo to outspeed these two outside of Sun, and I needed Dragonite for E-Speed damage, and Deoxys is the fastest mon, so I need that too. And I need Deoxys to bluff superpowers on King Gambit too because I still didn't Tera. So yeah, Ogre Pawn was the sack. They click Iron Head and then just suck. Okay, they didn't sucker punch me, which was really cool because I got a very important chip on King Gambit, and I get why they didn't sucker punch because they don't know if I'm encore or not. So I get why they wouldn't want to risk it, which is a fine play, I guess, right? But I did get some chip on them, which was really cool. Now once again I had to go Deoxys because I have no other play. I had to bluff that I'm going to Tera fighting, and fortunately this time it worked. They went Torgold and let me get a stealth rock up because I didn't have Tera fighting, right? So I thought I might as well just get rocks up when they're clicking sucker on me, if they're clicking sucker on me, right? So yeah, I stayed in just to get rocks up and it worked. They went Torkoal. I decided to click Psycho Boost. They did click spin, but I just got rocks up again because rocks are really important against their team. I had to get them in, and now I just sacked the Deoxys because it's not gonna do anything. It's slower, and the only thing that's gonna knock this Wake out is this Dragonite. So I had to sack Deoxys, go Dragonite. This Wake is in E-speed range. They sack Torkoal, which is fine, and now they can't really go King Gambit or Wake, so they had to go Gouging Fire. And surprisingly enough, I didn't realize, but at this point I actually won the game instantly because they already used their Tera. They didn't have E-speed switches. 2 of their mons were in range. Only problem was this Gouging Fire, and I can easily just switch out to my Gholdengo and force them to either lock themselves into an outrage or like click Dragon Claw even, because I will chip something down. They cannot switch out because if they do, rocks is gonna put them in range of E-speed anyways, and everything else is in E-speed range. So they had to either click Flare Blitz, and if they do, the recoil is gonna put them in E-speed range too, because I still had my Tera and I will be going to Tera normal E-speed there. So yeah, this was like just instant win for me no matter what they clicked here. Maybe if they had a DD, then maybe it would have been a problem, but Gholdengo was still fast and would have gotten a Shadow Ball off because I'm Scarf Goldie, and if they're max attack, then well, they could be jolly actually. Yeah, they could be jolly. So yeah, actually if they were like a random DD Gouging Fire on this, they may have won, yeah, if they click DD, but I feel like they're just bandits. So yeah, I just get the Shadow Ball off. They knocked me out without reach. I go Dragonite and click E-speed 3 times. E-speed this, Gouging Fire is dead, E-speed the Wake, and E-speed the King Gambit. And that Horn Leech was the win call because that Horn Leech actually put this King Gambit in range of E-speed. I don't know how much it does, depends on if the King Gambit is like HP invested or not. If this is super offensive, it may have done like 70, around 70, so it may have knocked it out even if the Horn Leech damage wasn't there. But yeah, overall, Bandit Dragonite with E-speed won me the game. I didn't expect it to go the way it did, but somehow in the end I just ended up winning. I didn't see it until the end too. I didn't see the way until the end because I lacked switches, so I just felt like something's gonna die every turn. So yeah, I ended up winning, and that was funny that I had to bluff that I'm going to Tera fighting against the King Gambit twice, and it worked. Apparently it forced them to click Tera, which was funny and amazing at the same time. So yeah, I won my round 9 game. I'm in round 10 now. I will be playing it this weekend. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to like it and also subscribe to the channel. I'm on my way to 2000 subs before the end of this year, so become a part of the journey. You can also join my Discord server, the link will be in the description, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.